Hi guys, welcome to my channel. In this video, I will be covering what is layered network architecture, or we also call it as hierarchy of protocols, and I will explain what are the reasons for using layered protocols in networking, and also I will explain services provided by layers in the layered model. I will explain all these topics in detail. Guys, I have uploaded complete computer network subject tutorials. I will provide that link in description. You can watch from there. If you are watching this video for the first time, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. Let's get started. At first I will explain what is layered network architecture. We also call it as hierarchy of protocols. In layered network architecture, communication is divided into layers. Each layer will perform specific task. Each layer provides a service to the above layer and hides its implementation details. Layers communicate with each other using protocols, which are set of rules for data exchange. All these layers work together to send data between computers. Guys, I will give one simple example so that you can clearly understand what is hierarchy of protocols. That is what is layered network architecture. Guys, for example, this computer wants to send message to this computer. That this computer is sending message, this computer acts as source, and this computer is receiving message. So this computer acts as destination. Whenever computer sends message, that message is passed from various layers, and each layer will perform certain tasks. For example, one layer will find the best route to send data, one layer will handle errors, and one layer will provide security. Like that, each layer will perform certain tasks, and whatever the work done by one layer, that work is useful to other layer. For example, if this layer finds best route, then this layer no need to do that. This layer need not to find best route because it is already done by layer 4. So each layer will provide service that is useful to other layers. And whenever one computer sends message, either by wires or wireless, data is sent to receiver. As for example, this layer is providing service to this layer. So just to whatever work done by layer 1, it is useful to layer 2. But this layer 2 don't know how layer 1 is implemented. So each layer provides a service to the above layer and hides implementation details. Thus, whenever one person sends data using computer, that message is passed from various layers in network. And how many layers source machine contain? Destination computer also contains same layers. So through various layers, data is transferred either using wires or wireless to destination computer. And whatever the layers in source and destination, they both communicate each other using layered protocols. Thus, protocols are nothing but set of rules. So if these two layers want to communicate each other, then it use protocols. That is nothing but they need to follow rules in order to communicate each other. And we call that rules as protocols. Sender side data starts from top to bottom, and whereas in receiver side, data will be received from bottom to top. Whenever person sends message, at first it will be sent to layer 4, then layer 3, then layer 2, then layer 1, and through cable, again in receiver side, layer 1, layer 2, layer 3 and layer 4. And at last, destination computer will read that message. And each and every layer communicate each other using protocols. Protocols are nothing but set of rules. Based on these rules, data will be transferred in network. Just two layers will communicate each other. And we call that connection point as interface. So point where two layers connect each other, we call that point as interface. Next I will explain communication between layers, or we also call it as relation between layers. Guys, I already said before, in layered network architecture, each layer will perform certain tasks. And whatever the task done by one layer, that work is useful to above layer. So whenever person sends message, that message is passed through various layers. As each layer will perform certain tasks, that is why receiver will get correct message. Layered network architecture contains SDU, that is Service Data Unit. Thus, SDU is nothing but, for example, I want to send hello to my friend. That hello message is known as SDU. The actual data, that is raw data or message, that is being sent from one layer to other layer. We call the data as Service Data Unit. That is nothing but actual message that is being transmitted. Layered architecture also contains Protocol Control Information. Shortly we call it as PCI. As whenever data is transferred from various layers, along with data, we will add PCI. Thus, we don't send our data directly. Along with our message, we will add some extra data. We call that extra data as PCA. By using that extra data, we can identify and as well as we can correct errors. So PCA is nothing but extra code that is added to our actual data. By using that extra code, we can identify errors and as well as we can solve errors in network. And next component is PDU, that is Protocol Data Unit. That's HDU, that is actual data plus extra data. If we combine these both data, then we call it as Protocol Data Unit. Shortly we call it as PDU. Next I will explain design issues of layered architecture. Guys, if you want to design layered architecture, then there are some problems. And the first one is number of layers. Guys, deciding how many layers we need to create is very tough. As I already said before, each layer will perform certain tasks. If we create only few layers, we need to assign more work for each layer. And if there are so many layers, then it is very hard to design. So in layered architecture, we should not create more layers and we should not create less layers. We need to create only specific number of layers and then we need to give equal work for all layers. And second one is clear layer responsibilities. That's whatever the layers present in network, we need to give equal work for all layers. If we give more work for one layer and if we give less work for one layer, then communication will not happen properly. We need to give equal number of work for all layers. And third one is communication between layers. Yes, all layers in network must communicate efficiently. If layers cannot communicate properly, person will receive wrong message. That is why all layers must communicate each other properly in network. And fourth one is encapsulation and modularity. One layer will provide service to above layer. Above layer need not to know how below layer is created. Encapsulation means above layer need not to know how below layer will work. Just above layer will take service from below layer, that's it. And modularity means whatever the changes made in one layer, it must not affect other layers. This is meaning of modularity. And fifth one is flexibility and upgradability. Guys, networking is improving day by day. We need to design network system that can adapt to changes based on new technology. And sixth one is protocol independency. As two layers will communicate each other using protocol, changes made to protocol must not affect layers. And seventh one is efficiency versus complexity. Thus, each layer must be very simple. And even though it must be simple, it must provide all necessary services. And eighth one is security. Each layer must provide security like authentication, encryption, etc. And ninth one is error handling and reliability. Thus, whenever we send any data in network by using this layered model, the data is passed from various layers. If there is any connection breaking between these layers, then person will receive wrong message. So we need to design system that must handle errors. And 10th one is layer interaction and interfaces. Guys, point where two layers communicate each other, we call that point as interface. So interface must be clear. Interface is nothing but point which will connect to two layers. We call that point as interface. So if interface is clear, layers can communicate each other easily. Next I will explain what are the reasons for using layered protocols in networking. And the first one is design simplification. Guys, we need layers in networking because guys, if there is any big task, then we can divide that big task into smaller tasks and we can give the task to each layer. So work can be handled easily. Guys, if we don't use layers in network, if we want to do any small change, then we need to change entire network. But if we use layers in networking, changes made to one layer will not affect other layers. So using layered protocols, changes made to one layer will not affect other layers. And third one is easy learning. As if we divide big task into smaller tasks and if we assign each task to one layer, we can clearly know what are the duties of each layer. And also we get to know how these layers communicate each other and complete work. This is meaning of easy learning. And fourth one is standardization. Protocols are nothing but rules. By following rules, computers can communicate each other in network. So layered protocols contain clear rules and that rules are followed by each and every computer connected to network. Next I will explain different services provided by layers in layered model. Okay, there are two types of services provided by layered model. They are connection oriented service and connectionless service. Guys, in connection oriented service, if two computers want to communicate each other, then at first we need to establish connection. Only after establishing connection, they can communicate. And whenever person send message, Other person will give response to that message. Whether message is received correctly or not. So if you want to transfer files and if you want to do video calls, then we need to use connection oriented service. Guys, there are two types of connection oriented services. And the first one is message sequence. As for example, if you want to send complete book in network, then what message sequence will do is, message sequence will send each page at a time. This is example of message sequence. And second one is byte stream. Guys, in byte stream, complete data is sent in sequence without breaking data. Byte stream will not break message. It will send complete message in sequence. For example, if you consider message sequence, for example, I want to send how are you. So how is one part. At first it will send how, then are, then it will send you. Like that in message sequence, data is sent as parts. And whereas if you consider byte stream, in byte stream, without breaking message, data is sent as continuous sequence. Like it will send how are you in sequence. Next services provided by layers in layered model is connectionless service. Guys, if you consider connection oriented service, only after establishing connection, data will be transferred. And whereas in connectionless service, so without establishing any connection, data is transferred first. And this connectionless service is fast because without establishing connection, so data is transferred first. So this connectionless service is fast, but as connection is not established first, while transferring data, person may get wrong data or data may be lost. Guys, emails are examples of connectionless services. Only while sending email message, two computers will connect each other. So connection will not be established at first. Connectionless services are classified into two types. They are datagram service and request to replay service. Guys, in datagram service, whenever person sends data, receiver will not give replay that whether data is received correct or not. So sender don't know whether data is sent correctly or not. And whereas in request to replay service, name itself says request to replay. So whenever person send message, receiver will give response like whether data is received correctly or not. So if person receive wrong message, so sender will again send data. So here there is no guarantee. And whereas in this there is guarantee. That is, message will be transferred correctly to receiver. These are different types of services provided by layers in layered model.